Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video I want to talk about using Instagram to get clients. You heard that right, using Instagram to get clients. Now this is something that a lot of people do along other lead gen processes like cold email, cold outreach, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. I have mainly only used Instagram ever. Instagram or Facebook. These are the only two platforms I've ever used. Now we are slowly getting into other ones as well, but I mainly want to talk about Instagram because this is something a lot of you guys don't use, and you guys are literally leaving money on the table because Instagram will always be my number one lead generating process because it is just a machine. It is a literal machine that people are missing out on. And this is something that you can start working on right away and literally see results in the next 2 months. This is not something like, oh, grow your brand, like wait for the organic people to, pat you on the back whenever you created a good video, and then after 2 years of constant struggle you may end up with 10,000 followers and you may get 2 buyers. That's not how the system works. Just listen to this video, listen to what I say closely, and after this video I want you to take action on Instagram. If you have a specific service for a specific demographic of people, then this video is for you. If your service is more coach based, or it's more volume based or consumer based, then your service is more of a route to approach, which I talked about in the last video. Route to is basically you want to create that trending content, as in adding trending content to your niche to grow that organic engagement. But some points in this video is also going to help you. We're going to be leveraging paid ads. We're going to be leveraging targeted content. So how I view Instagram page is as a landing page, and I look at things pretty logically. So if my landing page, let's say, gets 50 lands per day, and Instagram is being visited 1,000 times per day, I obviously want to pay more attention to Instagram, because 1,000 versus a 50, which one are you picking? And that 1,000 helps me get those 50 to 100 website visits anyways. So view your Instagram profile as a landing page and add in content, add in highlights, add in things where people can actually see what your content is about, actually see what your service is about. So the content you're going to be posting is not going to be dancing to Nicki Minaj or having Nicki Minaj in the background while you're doing some goofy stuff, discussing some pain points your clients may have, and you have a very targeted amount. And we're doing this because whenever a prospect or a potential lead comes to your page, they immediately start the nurturing process. They see one content and be like, yeah, this actually relates to me. Next video. Okay, this one relates to me as well. Next video. Next video, and they're sold. So it's also, not only is it a good landing page, it's also a trust building machine. People are more comfortable going onto your Instagram profile and scrolling for hours rather than going on a external link, which is your website, and then just spending hours there. They won't do that. Now obviously you want to have a good website. You still want to have that funnel process, but Instagram is a very important tool because they can view your content, they can see what you're about, and they can message you, and then you can book them off all in one platform. Now, obviously, you want to have better tools so you can manage the whole process better. But just treating it like a business tool, Instagram purely, is going to help you a lot. Because people are spending hours and hours on these platforms, and not just regular people. Even your targeted audience, they're spending hours on these platforms as well. So let's say even if they spend 15 minutes a day on Instagram and your ad pops up, that 15 minutes is enough to convert them. I don't think you realize, if they follow you and you message them, they get a notification. Like if you're running ads and a potential prospect follows you and you message them, they get a notification on their phone. And this is not groundbreaking, this is quite obvious. And they get the message. And you start the whole conversation flow from there. Now if you have a good DM script, if you know what you're saying, if you know how to convert, you're going to be converting a lot of these. So it's a very simple process. And paid ads is something that is required. You cannot expect to do this without paid ads. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. So you need to make sure you have a whole process set up where you can get those follows, message them, and then start converting right away. Is it as easy as it sounds? No. But it gets easier every month you put in the work. Because there's a lot of variables that goes into it. You need to post every single day. You'll be suffering from views. You won't get those views that gives you that dopamine hit that you desire, because you're creating targeted content for targeted people. The only way you're getting views is if you advertise that same content to those same people. Your likes might suffer, your views might suffer, but you don't care about those because all you're looking for is business. This is specifically for a service that is very niched, that is for a specific type of person or a specific city, demographic. All these things come down to Route 1. Now, the amazing thing about this is that you're also creating your personal brand. You can choose to go to Route 2 at any given time, but Route 2 people who are deep into it, it's very difficult for them to go to Route 1. It's possible, but it's very difficult. So for Route 1 people, it's very difficult to go to Route 2. If you want to know what these routes are, what I'm talking about, it's the last video I've talked about. It just basically describes what each path does for your social media journey. But to give you a brief explanation, Route 1 is a more targeted approach. Route 2 is a more organic approach. So a lot of people say, okay, but I want to be the next Alex Hormozi. I want to be this next big speaker, Gary Vee or something. That would be your goal, of course. But the method I'm talking about right now, Route 1, gets you a result the next month. It gets you a result in the next 60 days, 60, 90 days. The one you're thinking of, the Alex Hormozi, the Gary Vee, that takes a lot of work. And I'm not saying this to kind of demotivate you. I'm saying this to get you started. Because Route 1 has that opening to Route 2. So if your main concern is only leads at the moment, Route 1 is going to get you that leads on Instagram. But the amazing thing about Route 1 is that you're still growing your personal brand. You're still growing your brand. Whether it's by ads or not, you're still growing your brand regardless. So let's say in 6 months from now, you're on like 5,000 targeted followers, which is a very strong base. And like your business is already packed with leads, you're full. Then you can slowly start implementing Route 2. Like slowly start implementing new strategies, new workflows, and then start getting more volume, more targeted volume, which is more difficult to do in the first initial stages. But if that's something you want, that's an option you have. So the whole purpose of this video is to kind of give you an elaborate plan of what to do with your socials, because a lot of people just post on the fly and they get this advice. They're like, hey, just post every day. Like if you're not posting strategically, if you're not posting what you want your audience to see or what your future plan is 5 years from now, 4 years from now, then it's just going to be very difficult. And for businesses specifically, if your goal is to get leads from socials, there's no better way than this. There's no better way than this. Because I know we do this every day. There's no better way than this to get leads. Like you could imply this today, you can apply this tomorrow, and it will work. I'll see you tomorrow.